Hey there, welcome back to the channel. So, let me guess, you're getting closer to retirement age, or maybe you're just starting to think about your future financial freedom and you're wondering, should I stick with my pension or should I switch things up and go for a 401k? Well, if you're asking yourself that question, you've come to the right place because today, we're diving into the classic battle between the pension and the 401k. It's the ultimate showdown. Which one is better for you? And more importantly, which one is going to help you retire with the lifestyle you want? Think of this like the Marvel versus DC debate, but for your retirement plans. Which one will come out on top in the end? Let's break it down. But before we jump into all the details, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who's wondering how to choose between these two retirement options. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. It's going to be eye-opening. Alright, let's start with the pension. If you're lucky enough to have one of these, you know it's a pretty sweet deal. So, what exactly is a pension? Well, simply put, a pension is a defined benefit plan. That means your employer promises to pay you a certain amount of money each month once you retire, based on a formula. This formula typically takes into account things like how long you worked for the company and how much you earned while working there. Let's say you worked for a company for 30 years and your pension is based on your salary and the number of years you've been employed. If they offer 2% of your average salary for each year worked, you could end up with a nice chunk of change every month. And here's the best part, you don't have to do anything. You just sit back, relax, and let your employer take care of the rest. It's like your employer saying, don't worry, you've earned it. It's basically the retirement plan equivalent of having your cake and eating it too. But hold on, not all pensions are the same. There are a few key features that can vary between pension plans. For example, some pensions are fixed, meaning your payment will always be the same, while others are inflation adjusted, meaning they could go up over time to keep up with the cost of living. Sounds great, right? But here's the catch. Pensions are becoming less common. A lot of companies don't offer them anymore because they're expensive to maintain. So, if you're in the lucky group with a pension, you might want to send a thank you note to your employer. Alright, now let's talk about the 401k. This is probably something you've heard a lot about. It's a defined contribution plan, which is a fancy way of saying that you contribute to it, and your employer might match your contributions. It's not based on a formula like a pension. It's all about what you put in, and what your employer is willing to chip in on top of that. Think of it like a piggy bank that you get to fill with your own money. And if you're lucky, your boss throws in a few extra coins too. But here's the kicker. You control how much you want to contribute, how you want to invest it, and ultimately, how much it will grow over time. Let's break it down a little further. For 2025, you can contribute up to $23,500 a year into your 401k, or $31,000 if you're over 50. And guess what? If your employer matches your contributions, that's like free money. It's almost like they're paying you to save for retirement. How awesome is that? But here's the deal. If you don't contribute, you're basically leaving money on the table. It's like going to a restaurant and not ordering the free breadsticks. It's there. Just take it. Unlike a pension, where your employer handles everything, in a 401k you get to make decisions about where the money goes. You can invest it in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or even some other options depending on your plan. But this means you also have to make the tough decisions about how much risk you want to take with your retirement money. Now I know what you're thinking. But what if I choose the wrong stock and it crashes? Well, welcome to the world of investing, my friend. That's the trade-off for having more control over your 401k. The risk can be higher, but so can the rewards. Okay, now that we know what a pension and a 401k are, let's dive into some of the key differences between the two, because this is where things get really interesting. First up, control. In a pension, your employer is calling the shots. You don't have to worry about investing, and you don't have to worry about how much you're going to get. You get what you're promised. Simple as that. But in a 401k, you get to decide everything. You're the captain of this ship. Want to go all in on high-risk stocks? Go for it. Want to play it safe and stick to bonds? You've got it. The choice is yours. Second difference, employer responsibility. With a pension, your employer takes on the risk of managing your retirement fund. But with a 401k, the risk is on you. If the market goes down, you'll feel the sting. Unless, of course, you've chosen safer investments. Third difference, portability. Pensions are not portable. If you leave your job, you might lose your pension benefits depending on the rules. But with a 401k, you can take it with you. If you change jobs, you can roll over your 401k into a new plan or into an IRA without penalty. Think of a pension as that giant anchor you can't take with you, while a 401k is like a backpack that you can toss over your shoulder and take on your next adventure. Fourth, predictability. With a pension, you know exactly how much you're going to get in retirement, barring any major changes. But with a 401k, it's a bit of a gamble. Your retirement income depends on how much you've invested and how well those investments perform over time. So let's break it down with a quick recap of the pros and cons of each. Starting with pensions. Pros of pensions: guaranteed income for life, no investment decisions for you to make, low risk to the employee, can provide a comfortable retirement if managed properly. Cons of pensions: not portable, good luck taking it with you if you change jobs. Rare these days. Many employers are moving away from pensions because they're expensive. Limited flexibility in how much you can contribute. Now let's talk 401k. Pros of 401k: you control your contributions. You can put in as much as you want, up to the limit. Employer match is essentially free money. Portable, you can take it with you if you switch jobs. Investment flexibility, you can choose your own assets. Cons of 401k: the risk is on you. If the market drops, you feel it. If you don't contribute enough, you're leaving money on the table. You're responsible for making smart investment decisions. All right, folks, that's the breakdown of pensions versus 401k. Now, which one is better for you depends on a lot of factors. What kind of job you have, how much risk you're willing to take, and how much control you want over your retirement fund. Bottom line, if you're lucky enough to have a pension, that's awesome. But if you don't, or if you want more flexibility, a 401k can be an amazing tool to build wealth for your future. Before you go though, I want to hear from you. What's your retirement strategy? Are you team pension or team 401k? Drop a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to like and share this video with anyone who's still confused about their retirement options. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future financial tips to help you level up your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.